Alright, so a little bit of a false start. Somehow my sage stick got wet in the car. I don't know how. Maybe condensation. Very possible. Could have gotten heat. Whatever. I'm not going to get into the science of how my sage could have gotten wet from moisture. Anyway, I know it's been a while and I haven't really been getting on here that much, but it is, the energy is just so intense with some of these magnetic storms that are going on. We are going to clear out, cleanse the space real quick. I did get a name this morning. Like, it was really, really weird, and it's one of the reasons I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get on today. Let me just... Alright, so the name that I picked, it was Alex and something with a K. I had the last name, and then I just recently lost it. That's why I was like, alright, I've stalled enough this morning. I better get it before I lose the rest of the name. I don't remember the rest of the dream, but really that's kind of what really called me. I don't know who this is. I didn't like get a face or anything else like that. It literally was just the name popped into my mind. So we're going to go ahead and get into an overall reading. I have just been feeling this intense pressure. Like, there's this energy wave going on. People are, I think, going through another mass awakening. It's probably the best way that I can describe this feeling. Last time I felt that. And there's this general funk that people get into when they first realize... When you first realize you opened your real eyes is what I'm getting. When you first realize you opened your real eyes. And you kind of start to see everything a little different. Like, you see the patterns, you see how people move, how people change. You start noticing things that people repeat, or people that like things that they do to multiple people. Like, I get like, bullies will do this thing where they like to, like, get another person and they get an ear range of the person they don't like, and they realize this person has become kind of a loner, and they're just like, well, that's why that person's so miserable. But the thing is, it's like, you remember last year that person didn't like someone, and when you walked by, you overheard them, like, right before you walked into the room and saw the person that you knew that they were kind of talking about. And it was like, and you heard them doing the same thing. Like, you might not have caught it then that they were doing it to the other person, like, but you heard them say the same exact words. Oh, that's why they're so miserable. That's why they're alone. That's why they're single. And it's because blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. And it's really just because you're not playing the game. You're not switching up anymore. You're starting to notice things like some people, or a lot of people really, like, they change everything about themselves when other people walk into the room. Like, you know, we all know that one person that's just like, I don't know, we all know that one person, but you know that person, like, if they're hanging out with a group of people that act one way, that act all hard, big and bad, and for the streets, they're all gonna be all, oh yeah, you know, I do this, I do that, like, oh, I ain't nothing better than, like, you know, I get what 304 culture, like, oh yeah, it's great to be the side chick, it's great to date somebody who's married because they can't say nothing to you. But then, like, this influential person walks into your area, someone higher up, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, hey, yes, oh, yeah, well, yeah, I had a really good Sunday, I went to church, and then, you know, we volunteered to hold puppies, and yeah, and then as soon as that person walks out the door, they're like, yeah, like, well, you know, every time I go to the store, I always get my 5-finger discount, and da-da-da. And it's like, you watch this person literally, like, change face from one face to another, and then you start to notice that other people do the same. Or What's another example? I got one more. There be people that are like, you can tell, this is especially for families, they've done this to other people. Like when someone's trying to change up the narrative, or they're trying to point out something shady that someone's done, and this is a classic narc trick, right? This is like one of the first things they do when they realize they're losing a grip on somebody, is they'll go around. This is how they recruit their monkeys. They'll go around that person and start telling little stories. Yeah, well, I swear, me and my other daughter were talking about how that one, like, she's always making up memories that didn't happen. Like, she'll say something and me and my other daughter will just look at each other like, that didn't happen. Like, I swear, in her mind, she has a totally different childhood that actually happened. Meanwhile, it was like 6 months ago you were talking about the daughter that's agreeing with you that the one is now a liar. You told me that one is a pathological liar, that if she's caught doing something wrong, she will deny it till her last breath that it never happened. But now you're going to sit here and tell me that the one that used to be truthful, that is now the truth speaker, you're trying to make him the scapegoat, is now the one that has all the false memories. It's classic gaslighting. And the more you start like seeing this and noticing this, it's like the more you can't unsee it in certain people. And it does. It makes you want to isolate, because you get to a point and it's like, I always try to tell people, don't mistake ignorance for maliciousness. But at the same time, you're like, it's hard to even tell the difference anymore. Artificial heart, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Somebody is very in a cold energy, or a lot of people are in a very cold energy right now. It's almost like you're mechanical, robotic. Yeah, she's a robot in this card. It's like, and it's new moon energy coming up. Where is the moon at right now? What is the moon about to do? I stopped watching astrology, kind of like I stopped watching the news, because it's like, what do you do? That. Oh, goodness. So what is today? Oh, we're just 2 days past the new moon. Yeah, this is the energy that's just strongly coming through right now. Right? Artificial, robotic, going through the motions. It's almost to the point where you feel like, and then you see the pain all these behaviors are now causing other people, and you might not have ever allowed yourself to really be that empathic before, but once you kind of tap into that collective intuition, and you really start seeing things from that 4D, 5D type of perspective, or at least the 4D, and you're like just scratching on that 5D a little bit, and you're seeing it, it's a lot of pain, right? So that's why we tend to go through this. That's why it's called the dark night of the soul, right? There's an old proverb, fire, passion, dance. Someone's saying dance, even if you have nowhere to do it in your own living room. What song was that? Sunscreen. That was a graduation speech from the 90s. It's really good. Look it up. Anyway, and this one always reminds me of an old proverb. I believe it's Native American. I'm not 100% sure, where they would talk about they would go to the witch doctor, and the witch doctor would ask them, when did you stop singing? When did you stop dancing? What was that moment? Can you recognize it? Can you find it? Can you feel it? And how can you release whatever that is so that you can get your dancing back? And I get, like, some of it, like, it's not fake it till you make it. It's definitely a visualization type deal, but there's definitely an energy of get out there, dance, do something you're passionate about, or try to find something new you're passionate about, or find other people who are passionate about similar things, right? It's time to broaden your horizons and open yourself up to different things. Why? Because the old things aren't going to work anymore. But that's just, it is what it is. It's sad and it's hard to say, but it's kind of like you outgrew that level of the game. Like, are you ever playing, It's like World of Warcraft, right? So you hit a certain point where you have played, you're in your area, and you finally hit that top level where you have leveled up enough to venture out of the starting zone. And you're just hit this point where no matter where you go, people are just saying the same things over and over again. I call it sound bites, and I'll even tell some people sometimes, and I don't mean to, and it's probably why a lot of people get pissed off at me, because I'll just look at them after a while and be like, you can spare me the sound bites. If you said it to me more than 2 or 3 times, you could spare the sound bites, right? Like, you're an NPC, you're a non-playable character, and you're just repeating the same things, and I've done this quest already, and I'm over it, right? It's time to move on to a new area, to a new level, to open yourself up to new experiences, new adventures that spark some passion, right? Alright. We're going to get some 3D, 4D, 5D. Let's see. Who are our characters starting out? What is the main timeline is what I like to do. So this might not be your story. This could just be someone around you. This is the main timeline that is affecting what's going on right now. And if you don't know what I mean by that, if you're hitting this point of awakening, you may start realizing that you're noticing multiple people play in the same timeline. Now, they might be at different times. Like, I know for me, when it first started, it was like, I could see, people I was following on YouTube and the internet and stuff like that. I could see, like, this child is on a very similar timeline to what my time was. And this older person that's older than me, I can see how their timeline was just like my timeline. Certain variations are different, but it was kind of the same story. And we're all here playing different stories. You chose your story when you got here. Or you chose what game you wanted to play, right? Everybody picks it. Well, you're either the Alliance or the Horde, right? The Rebels or the Empire, right? I like the Star Wars references a lot because to the Empire, the rebels were the terrorists. Right? So, there's heroes and villains in every story. You are the hero and you are the villain. You are a villain in somebody's story and you are a hero in the other. And what role you're playing just depends on who's telling the story right now. Goodness! What is this about? Huh. Alright, so there is... okay. I don't usually get shit. I gotta think what we got going right now. I'm gonna show you. That's what's playing right now. I got it over here, so hopefully I don't get tagged for it. I just can't have no noise or else I'll get that ringing really bad going on. Alright, so I'll show you. Can you see? We got the 3 of Wands. So there's movement being made by this player type of energy towards what they believe is a 9 of Cups, a Queen of Hearts, a soul connection, right? I'm getting the kind of energy what this person has noticed all this fakeness around it. They might be seeing somebody who has passion, who has fire, who's still dancing. That's what I'm picking up. Whoever this Queen of Cups is, she's still dancing. It's like, what? It's like, how are they happy? Like, you could probably even see this person getting whatever. Because if a Divine Feminine's moving in their authentic energy, what are they attracting? Haters. And I always tell you, ladies, if you're a Divine Feminine moving around in this world, what? Haters should be your motivators. What? If they gonna hate on you, you might as well give them something to hate about. What? Up your yoga game. Up your, your fashion game. Keep being the baddie that you are. Don't let these people stop you from that. I get an energy that this person feels like this Queen of Cups. They're recognizing this Queen of Cups isn't an NPC. They're like, oh my God, this person's stuck here right? This person's stuck here with us, right? She's just not looking at it, right? It's like, what? She's like, this is, like, it sucks, but she's not looking at it. There's some sort of sadness that is still around her that it really pulls on this person's heartstrings. I like how that's that player over the Nine of Cups. It's almost like, I don't think anybody's pulled on their heartstrings in a long time. Ace of Swords. Woo! Four of Cups. Get kind of addicted to the energy. So, because this person was a player, they could have a bit of a lustful energy here. I love my cards. I love my cards. Right? Lustful energy here. Eyes on the target. Who is it? The King of Cups. So that's Jack of Cups, the King of Cups. It's just building up here, right? Oh my goodness. This wasn't, I did not expect this when I started out. This is somebody, this masculine's newly awakened. That's what's going on here. It's like this person is newly awakened. I get this Queen of Hearts, divine feminine energy. Like, her back's turned toward him here. Her back's turned up here. Even this masculine card, it's got the feminine energy on it, is facing away from the masculine. They're all facing away from the masculine. There's something about the gaze, though, that really pulls on this person. This is where the sadness was seen, I get you don't, this divine feminine does not make a lot of eye contact, but when she does, there's this weird silent sadness behind her eyes. I get she's very much a loner, even though she's kind of a powerhouse. I get that she might give off the energy of being a heartbreaker with the Siren card here. There is tons of gossip. Tons of gossip. Oh my God, the gossip on the 3D about this divine feminine. Like, she's just sitting over here playing her music, right? Once again, she's looking up. She's in the music. She's ignoring everything. She's just over here chilling to herself, doing her own thing. And it is driving people freaking nuts. Which is probably why she's getting some more attention. Like, people don't even realize, your haters have got to realize what? A lot of times, that guy you're so jealous of that wants the divine feminine probably wouldn't even have noticed her if the haters didn't make her a big deal to begin with. What? Every time you said her name, you gave her power. Right? Good, bad, or otherwise. I get this whole, what? All paparazzi is good paparazzi. Right? All attention is considered good attention. I mean, like, that's even in psychology. It's like, what? I mean, like, that's why bad kids are bad for attention. Got a pair of cardinals right outside. There's a lot of, yeah, one more card. We're going to get to the 40. I know. There's a lot of spiritual influences going on around here, too. Yeah. Watching this Jack energy. This Jack energy. They're watching hard. They're watching really closely. You might not. I don't even know if the divine feminine's even paying attention. Like, she's over here. What? She's over here just spinning around, playing with fire. Right? I get she's spinning around, playing with fire while all these other people are walking around like numb robots. Or they're acting robotic. Or they're acting fake. I get like, it's like this very contrasting energy of like, this powerful, playful energy going on. And then like, this super, super fake energy. There's a super, super fake energy. Fake love. Yeah, I get that a lot. Especially like in, like I say, workplace dynamics, right? It's just, people are just so fucking fake. They is so fake. Fake. right? They'll sit there and just blow roses up people's butts, and then as soon as those people walk away, they're like, oh, we would do anything for you. You're our friend. We like you. And then as soon as they leave, they're just like, they're plotting on ways so that they don't have to do anything for anybody. Because really deep down, they're just lazy. I get this heavy, lazy energy. I don't know why that's coming through so far. Yeah, lazy energy. Like, they talk a big game about everything they do and everything they want to do and everything they're going to do and everything they have done. But really, in the end, they didn't really do much of anything. I've gotten this a lot the last few days. Complicating peanut butter sandwiches to make it seem like I'm doing more than I'm doing, right? There's a bunch of people that do that too. They're complicating up peanut butter sandwiches to try to make it seem like they're more important than they are. It's like, it didn't have to be that complicated. It didn't have to be that mysterious. Like, you did all that yourself. Like, it wasn't that difficult of a situation. You just smear the fucking peanut butter on the bread. Right? They're like, no, but, you know, if you really want to make a better sandwich, then you should do peanut butter, Nutella, and cashew peanut butter. And then on another piece of bread, you're going to do grape jam, strawberry jam, and raspberry jam. And then if you crosshatch it and put it together, it's like you get a different bite of a different peanut butter and jelly sandwich every time you take a bite. And that's just so much better than just eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And it's just like, yeah. But my job doesn't even require me to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It just requires me to make peanut butter sandwiches, and I have to make like 1,000 of them a day, so why don't I just make regular peanut butter sandwiches instead of complicating this up to make it seem like I'm the only person in the world that can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You know, it's like being proud of yourself for making the best grilled cheese. Like, really? It's cheese and bread, y'all. I ain't gonna lie though, my son says I make the best peanut butter and the best grilled cheese because I don't use butter. I use mayonnaise. For my mayo lovers out there, if you like mayonnaise, just give that a try. Just as easy. It's not more complicated. It's just a different ingredient. There's a difference there. Something about a secret ingredient. Someone's got the secret ingredient. That's what's coming through on the 4D. What? Oh, that's the other one I've been picking up a lot on. What's the secret to your sauce, Divine Feminine? That's on the 4D right now. What? What's the secret to the sauce, baby? What's the secret to your sauce? Why are people suddenly paying attention to you? And it's like, what? Because she's authentic. It's really not that complicated. It's really not that complicated. What? She's the same person no matter where she is, no matter what room she's in or who she's around. Like, I know she might, like, you know, goof off more in a less serious situation. She knows how to act serious in a serious situation, even though she might giggle. But at the same time, she's the same person, same core values, right? I got integrity and authenticity. What? She keeps her integrity no matter who's watching, and she's the authentic to herself no matter what room she's in or who walks into the room. We got a reverse 9 of Cups, 7 of Swords, King of Pentacles, Page of Wands, reverse 9 of Cups, the World. So, like, I still get it, though, right? This person, they're just, like, they're sneaking around with the 7 of Swords, right? They're sneaking around. Then you got, like, this King of Pentacles energy watching the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands, and this is a female. What is she doing? Dancing. I get this person, I almost get like a crystal ball. There might even be some sort of surveillance. It could be in a dream. 40 could definitely indicate a dream sequence. Nine of Cups reversed. They don't feel, the reason they're being so sneaky, the reason they're hiding, the reason they're doing all that is because they're nervous. They're nervous. It's the wheel, right? What? It's about to turn. Imbolc's about to come up too. But I got, what do I do when she's on top of the world, right? Like, what do you have to offer? I get that the King of Pentacles likes the fact that, like, the Divine Feminine doesn't really need anything from anybody at this point, right? He likes that about her, but at the same time, it's like, how do I come in? And I get this person, I get, not Alpha, is it Sigma? I don't get that he's the leader of the pack. He might have been at some point. I get this person's grown, aged, matured. They may have just recently aged and matured. This person might have just recently gone through a Saturn or a Jupiter return, right? But I get the energy of, like, they don't really have a pack anymore. They've kind of become this own lone energy themselves. I do get this crystal ball watchy energy. Like, that's what he's watching her on almost. I don't know. I don't know what kind of security energy this is. The wheel is about to turn, though. Right? Coming out into the sun energy here. Something's coming out. Ten of Swords. Scared of change, really. That's all it is. Scared of change. Right? And there you go. What? You got that lone wolf. He's by himself. He's in the library. I almost get the Beast in Beauty and the Beast with this, right? Sitting in the library alone with the books, right? But, and that's the reverse Nine of Cups. So I get someone who thought, like, the bachelor lifestyle might have been great. And now they're watching this person and they're, like, dancing around and they're doing all these weird, quirky, divine feminine things, right? They're out there charging in the sunlight and grounding and doing all kinds of these little things. But whatever they're doing, it's like, what? Well, it's working for them. They look like they're still glowing while everybody else is, like, walking around like little programmed robots. And this person's really starting to think about what that kind of life would be like. Like, what would it be like to like go and do those things with the Divine Feminine's doing? What would it be like to, like, you know, they might never have had a garden before or really thought about building a greenhouse or something like that. I'm getting, like, doing projects together. And now they're thinking about what it would be like to do projects in a family setting with this Divine Feminine. Now, this person may have had it before and lost it. That's usually what creates that Nine of Cups reverse feeling is. Yeah. Definitely for a mature male, it's like, what? They might have had it or come close to having it. I'm getting Pinky Blinders. Almost had it, effing all. Oh, and there was this woman. I got focusing on the Nine of Pentacles here, right? This person is working on really controlling their emotions. I get the ebb and flow of these emotions. It probably comes in waves to them. King of Cups again, though. King of Cups was on the 3D as well. Got Nine of Pentacles just popped up, and hey, must be the money. There's definitely an energy of, like, a major shift in finances getting ready to come through. We'll see if any more of that comes through. What, really? Like, something's getting ready to make a breakthrough. Get that energy of the Lotus, right? And it's one of my favorite ones from Thich Nhat Hanh. He talks about, and it's about kind of the awakening process. I forget which speech it's in. And he's like, the lotus blossom, he goes, you know, some flowers are like, you know, roses, and they need to be in a rose garden, and they need a certain amount of water and a specific pH balance. And no matter how perfect your soil is for roses, you're never going to grow a lotus there, because a lotus grows in the swamps, right? It grows in a swamp. It needs dark, muddy, very wet, silty soil. And it comes through. And if you've ever, like, watch a lotus, go look up a lotus blooming. And like those stop motions where they speed up the plants growing, right? It comes through the water, and it is hideous when it first comes out of the water. And then it opens up into like the most beautiful flower when it's in the sunlight, right? I get somebody's definitely reaping what they sow, good, bad, or otherwise, is usually what I say for Seven of Pentacles. But somebody has planted a seed of intention, and it is starting to come out into the sunlight, and it is really being, look at both of these two. Look at this energy of this King of Cups. How much energy and focus, and you see the light coming out of his hand onto the plant. This person might not realize how powerful they are right now. That you're dealing with someone who's a master manifester, and I don't think they realize how powerful they are, or they're just barely coming into it. And this might be the first thing they've ever really manifested this way, right? They could have been manifesting their whole lives and just never realized that's what they were doing. But now it's like, what, they're actually thinking and processing and putting the intent. And look at all that heart energy being focused through his hand onto this one seed of intention. Seven of Wands. I get the Divine Feminine in her protective, in like a protective bubble, right? But look where the light is, right? That's right there in her solar plexus, right? It's like a very centered, grounding energy. That's what I get the Divine Feminine is very centered, very grounded right now, right? There's that Ace of Pentacles, the seed that's being focused on, kind of being worked towards here. And the last set of cards is making a decision. Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands. And look at this. Once again, what? He's looking at her. What is she playing with? What? I get the very much the energy that that's the intention being, what do you decide? And I get she don't see it. I don't think the Divine Feminine's even paying attention. Once again, she's looking away. I get that she's looking away. Like I said, she's over there. She's playing with fire. I get very fiery energy from her. This could be a water sign and a fire sign, which is a very interesting combination. Oh, what movie is that? There's this really cute kids movie. Elementals? Not Elementals. That's a different type of action movie. But like, it's like the two elements. The dude's made out of water and the girl's made out of fire. Right? And they like kind of save their own little world together. I like how they both have the way the horses are. I get the horses are almost, there's spirit guides all over this. Like, even with her, it's like she's blindfolded. Like, I don't think this dude's being subtle at all. Not even on the 4D, not on the 3D. We'll see what's going on the 5D. The Divine Feminine is choosing to just be over here. Be like, I'm not even around the tents. I'm going to go all the way out here away from everybody, away from everybody's energy. I get very much the energy that the Divine Feminine is like, the easiest way to defend herself from all the negative energy is just to create this little bubble. I get she does a lot of work through music and dance movements to protect her space. He's still hanging out there. He didn't want to let go. Ooh, So, who are we gonna use? Tattoos. Tattoos. Someone can have tattoos. Hold on. These were... My bad, I should do this, but I just have very strong energy to fix these real quick. This won't take me but a second. Goodness, 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 goodness. I did not expect this reading with the energy I woke up into this morning to go this way at all. I'm a little excited. Like what? I don't know. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see it coming. Aren't you supposed to be an oracle? Well, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Be like, what? Very rarely do any of us actually get to pick and choose what we're going to see and what we're going to, like, pick up on. Isn't that crazy? And a lot of times, and like I said, as a divine feminine, I'm picking up here, sometimes put a lot of effort into not seeing shit. Be like, why? Because I want to see it. Because it's sad and depressing, or it's like, it's just aggravating. It's like I used to tell people all the time, it's like, I don't know how many readings I turned down doing. I have turned down over the last few years, especially like on my Facebook and stuff like that, for like women dealing with a specific man, especially in that whole toxic TF community where they like super get into it, and once you say somebody's your TF, then that's it forever, for all eternity, and you're just going to keep coming for me, asking for the same reading over and over and over again, and it doesn't matter how many times I tell you, like, whether they are or they aren't your TF, what, they are toxic as F, right? Sometimes your TF is just TF and you gotta LTFG, LTFTG, let it go. Let it go, let it go. Alright, I don't know if I can shuffle these. Busted my hands up, y'all. Very different videos from when I first started. See what we can get out of the 5D here. They shuffle enough when you do it that way. In your head, fighting, and their bones, and their guns, and their drums. I get that too. What? There is a lot of drama on the 5D. There is a lot going on, right? There's a lot of weird shit going on in the world today. But I get a lot of it, like, don't get lost in your head. This is coming straight from the 5D. I'm getting an energy of don't get lost in your head. Don't get lost in the drama. I used to tell people a long time ago, they're like, you have no empathy for people around the world. And it's like, no, it's not that. But if I opened up my heart to everything that's going on in the world, it would literally crush me to death. It would tear my heart apart and I wouldn't be able to function. So it's just better if I just focus on my own little world and things that I can focus and maintain and create. Magician! Opening doors. Knight of Wands. The Moon. Two of Coins. I get about balancing a lot of light and dark here. I get, like I said before, this person could have been a player on the 3D. They were probably a very good manifester. They were probably TF. They were probably toxic as F for a while. They really probably were when they were in their player energies, right? But now they're realizing that they can manifest differently and in a different way. I get a lot of, there's a lot of witches in the 304 culture because sex magic is very powerful, and this person could have been using that for a long time, right? So look what he's doing. This magician could have been operating in that type of energy for a long time. I just get this Four of Wands, doors opening, a diamond, right? Moon, a little secretive here, but that's Moon card there. But the way this Two of Coins is in this, right? You got the sun and the moon and the balancing of the scales. This person is learning to balance their light and their dark energy. There's a lot of passion. Like, crazy amount of passion with this. Oh my goodness. There's that Knight of Cups peeking out from the bottom of the deck again. There's my own little mix. I gotta go out to Makanda, however you want to say it. And stock up on supplies. There's this really cute little hippie village in Makanda. They got like a little art studios and local artists and a rock shop, and they got all the sage and then my charcoal tabs and stuff. It's one of my last charcoal tabs. We got the Empress. Once again, not looking at the Magician. Got the Decision, Ace of Coins, Ace of Pentacles again there. Someone wants to give this Empress her flowers. Strength. Seven of Cups. I don't know, every time I see the damn Strength card, I think of the Bad Decision Bagel. This masculine has to learn to put down the Bad Decision Bagels. And if you never heard the Bad Decision Bagel story, it's sometimes the universe takes something away from you. Like, my dog doesn't understand why I can't have a bite of my chocolate chip bagel, because my dog doesn't understand that chocolate will make it sick. And underneath it, somebody was just being funny, and they were like, here I am in the corner chewing on my Bad Decision Bagel. So I feel like the universe might have took this person's Bad Decision Bagel. I get that they're bad. I get from sipping every cup, I got poisoned. Ugh. Alright, so this is my masculine has been, he's picked up. That's why she's not looking at him. What? He's been burnt. He's been burnt by karmics. He's picked up sexually transmitted spiritual diseases, demons, and probably 3D ones as well, because that Seven of Cups was down there as well. He's been burned. Yeah. Not only has he been burned, he's probably had a reputation of being burned. He is just now starting to see that he has been living in the upside down. He has been living in the upside down, and it's been keeping him stuck, right? Whatever they were getting from that, you know what I'm saying? Whatever they were getting, the validation from those player energies and things like that, what happens is it starts to feel fake. Welcome to the awakening, boys. It sucks. Just like girls mature faster than boys in high school, some of us had to wait for these boys to mature too, and it's just like now they're going through it, now they're looking around, and now it's like things that used to bring them pleasure, it's like, what, now it's grossing you out a little bit, huh? Now it's grossing you out a little bit. You can feel energies. Do the energies feel icky now? Like things that used to be like all gung-ho to do, now you're like, you can't wait to get home and take a shower, get away from those people. It was like, yeah, it felt good in like the 5 minutes it was happening, and then like I got that little bit of release, but now it's like, God, I hope they didn't give me something again, or oh God, like, what? I was like, I wouldn't want me either if I knew the Divine Feminine was seeing somebody like the person that I've been sleeping with. I wouldn't want me either. It's like the mirror. They're realizing as much judgment as they put on others for being silly and dancing around in their passion. And now it's like, what? Well, as I've been faking about this happiness, what, this person was actually just genuinely having a happy moment, and I'm just over here like playing like I'm happy and I'm not. My bad decision, Bagels. Two of Cups. This soul connection's what really changed everything. This person's poor baby. Poor baby. Poor baby. Knight of Swords wants to say something. What you want to say? What you want to say? Ten of Coins. You ready to level up? Are you ready to level up? I don't know. So overall, 9 of Wands. I don't think that's it, dude. I don't think that's gonna impress the Divine Feminine either. Nobody cares if you've got 10 of Pentacles. I trips them out so much. What? Oh, honey baby doll. You're so fucking adorable. Welcome to the awakening, baby. Nobody cares what's in your bank account. They want to know what's in your spiritual account. You can have all the money in the world, but if you're spiritually broke, you ain't gonna pull a Divine Feminine. Alright, well, you really wanted to say something about that, huh? Oh, the old me is dead. Prince of Swords, 9 of Swords, 9 of Coins, Wheel of Fortune again. Just really got, I mean, what did I say at the beginning? They're finally realizing how to see through their real eyes, right? Death. What's on his neck, right? What's in the middle of the 9 of Swords, right? What's in the middle of his head there, right? This person is trying to manifest something new, right? They're tired of being spiritually broke. What? All the money in the world. All the money in the world can't buy happiness. Like, that's just it. Point blank, period. That's the lie you were fed, told, believed in, everything else like that. You have been breaking your back on the wheel to get it, and it's time to turn. Once again, I get damn a Disney movie or a Pixar movie where the brother's holding the kid upside down. There is a spiritual person. There's a 5D. Like, it could be a 4D spirit that made it to the evolved to the 5D. This definitely could be a passed over loved one. That's who's got this person right now, right? And it's just like, if you can't get what you want, or you can't figure out how to do it, and he's got the brother upside down, he's shaking him upside down. He's like, sometimes you got to look at it a different way. Goodness. Oh, how long have I been going? Shit, I've been going for a minute. This was much longer than I anticipated. Alright, guys. I feel like I should do something to close out. What should I do to close out? Alright, you had me organize you before we start. I'll do a couple of Zeus on the radio frequencies. So what's the static? What's the erratic static? You were actually telling the truth. Funny. I do that quite a lot. People are always surprised. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love y'all, and I will be back as soon as I can. I am going to try to get on more. It's one of my resolutions for 2026. I love you guys. I'll holler at you later.